Yo, self-storage geeks. How are you doing? It feels ages since I've done one of these podcasts. It really does, because I pre-recorded all last week ones and I didn't obviously do the Monday one. So yeah, it feels a long time. It's great to be back in the chair. However, I am going away on Saturday again. Got a little cruise booked with my family and my mum, dad, my sister's kids and husbands and stuff. So it's going to be awesome. That's a Disney cruise. So I love it. So it's been a very, very busy period. As soon as I come back home for a couple of days, it's like non-stop work. So if you have got in touch with me and message me, I'm finding it incredibly difficult to just function during the 6 weeks holidays. I feel like I deserve the amount of effort and work and dedication that you put in. I feel like I deserve some time off during the 6 weeks holidays, spend some time with the kids. And so it's, but I think this year I've took more time off than ever before. And it's good. It's brilliant. But it also has its downtimes. Like when I'm looking at my job list now, I'm thinking, shit, I'm only back. This is Tuesday when I'm recording it. Tomorrow, I'm taking my sister's kids out because of childcare problems. And then on Thursday, it's my niece's birthday. And I missed it last year because I was on holiday. And then I've only got Friday. And then I'm on holiday again. I don't know if I got sort of Friday or Saturday. Anyway, one of the two. And so, yeah. It puts an awful lot of pressure on the days that you're here. And don't forget, MrSelfStorage.com, even though I've been on holiday, I've still been doing that as well. And that takes a couple of hours a day as well. So, by the way, if you haven't actually signed up yet, just go to MrSelfStorage.com, put in your email address in there, and yeah, there's loads of goodies sent to you Monday to Friday. Right, so we're talking weekly figures now. Last week feels like a million years away. And so I've gone through these figures with a fine-tooth comb, but I can't remember what they are now. So, right, let's have a look. So, Willoughby, we had 38 quotes last week, which wasn't too bad. It's pretty goddamn good. Anything over 30, I think, is pretty good. So, number of reservations is 12. So, Willoughby just keeps on giving. Brilliant conversion rates there. 32% conversion from quotes to reservations. Don't forget, by the way, for you American listeners, we hide our prices because I know you guys convert like 75 to 80%, but that's because they already know your location and they already know your price. When somebody contacts us, we class a quote as somebody putting information in to get the price. So we don't just have the price there. 38 people have put in their email address and telephone number and name and address to get a quote. Now, I know people in America will be thinking, what? How do you just give them a price? It's different in the UK. I've been through this a million times with people. At the minute, with test. People disagree with me on this. People agree with me on this. It divides the UK. I think most people are in the camp of hiding prices behind an information wall. I'm sure we'll get there, like you Americans, but most people in England do not know how to compare sites. And there definitely should be a starring system or something because people just don't know what a normal self-storage is. We get compared with a container site down the road, which is that when I went there and pretended to be a customer, they actually said to me, I wouldn't store any stuff in here that you don't want to get wet. I was like, so you're comparing apples to oranges or apples to, I don't know, human beings. It's crazy the difference. So, and people don't understand at the minute, people don't know self-storage enough just to show prices because they'll only compare the price. And there's so many other factors to compare. Sometimes we won't be the right fit for other people, for some people, and sometimes we will. So we need to talk to the customer. That's why we get the information. Anyway, let's crack on. So 12 quotes, 12 reservations. Move-ins, we got 9 move-ins, which was a conversion rate of 24%, a little bit below where we want to be. We want a little bit more than that. We want to hit over 25% there. New square foot moved in was 1,050 this week. Square foot moved out, God damn it, 1,060. 10 square foot down. Jesus. Amount of total internal rooms moved in was 9. Moved out was 11. So we've got 341 internal rooms occupied. 3 containers in, 1 out. We've got 48 occupied. We are 79% full, 78.62. Want to get that 85% before winter, which I think we're going to have a good September. I'm pretty certain of it. Insurance sold this week, 73,000. So the average amount was 8,111, which is good. Square foot due in next week is 935. Square foot due out is 480. So we'll have a positive week this week. It might even be an 8, 9, or even 1,000 square foot, 800 or 900 or 1,000 square foot week. So here's hoping. Weekly revenue sheet I'll get up, but first of all, I'll do Clough Road figures. We had 35 quotes. Clough Road, the conversion rates were a lot better for reservations. We did 10 reservations there last week, which was 28.57. So 29% conversion rate. Still, we want to be above that 30% mark, but it's getting better. We had 5 move-ins. The conversion rate for move-ins, quotes to move-ins, was only 14%. So not fantastic. However, we was positive square foot, but not by much. 375 square foot moved in, 325 square foot moved out. So we've got 50 net. We sold £32,000 worth of insurance, which was an average of £6,400 per move-in. Again, next week, we're due a good week. 585 square foot due to move in, 150 square foot to move out. I'm just trying to find the information from Stora now. Really should have got this ready for you first of all, shouldn't I? I do think I'm talking a little bit faster than normal, which I apologize for because I do talk very fast. It's because my virtual assistant who publishes all this finishes in half an hour. And yeah, she won't be very happy with me. So sorry, Jojo. It's been a really, really busy morning. So gross revenue at the minute this month is £23,934, which is 10% down on last month. The reason by that is because if you remember, a regular listener, you will know that on the 1st of August, we took no money. And that was because, was it bank holiday or something like that? Which meant that the issue, I'm going to check this. I can't remember exactly what it is. 1st of August. No, I want the bank holiday. Oh, I think it's because when there was 31 days in the month or something. Anyway, Stora did it the day before, took the money the day before. So we're in effect, we're 1 day down this month. And so that is why we're down a little bit. Or I can't remember the exact, I feel I really should look into it. But I know the team have looked into it and they sent me an explanation. And I obviously clearly haven't quite grasped the reason why. But it's Stora thanked us because it was an oversight and they haven't noticed it before. But obviously, I am shit on my figures. And so I questioned it saying that's not right. And the explanation, first of all, was incorrect. And we could prove it by data. And then they came back and said, "Oh, sorry, it's an oversight or something." I think that they took it 1 day early because of the days and the month. I can't remember, but yeah, that's the reason we're down anyway. I'm going to have a look into it. MRR, monthly recurring revenue, is a little bit down, 30,806. This time, 30 days ago, it was 32,498. So we are down there, and that is because the next one, the occupancy is down. It's 67.77% in the minute. 30 days ago, it was 71.62%. So hopefully we can get up to that 75% mark relatively quickly. We've had a torrid 4 weeks. I think August hasn't been good. It's been good for Wrexham and it's been good for Beverley, but it hasn't been good for Willoughby and Clough Road, our 2 big sites. Crazy. Rate per square foot is still good, £24.49. It was £24.73 30 days ago, so not too far off that. Right, let's have a look. Oh, there's my bank balances. You do not want to know them, do you? Well, I'm not telling you my bank balance. There's some things that have got to be private. We don't want to tell everybody my bank balances, do we? Let's have a look. Trying to find Wrexham. Let's start with Wrexham then. 11 quotes. Wrexham's starting to perform. It's starting to perform, ladies and gentlemen. 11 quotes at Wrexham. 3 reservations. That's a 27% conversion rate. Still a little bit low, but we're getting there. Number of move-ins, 4. So that's a 36% conversion rate. So really good. 460 square foot moved in. 50 square foot moved out. So 410 square foot moved in. 460 square foot moved in, sorry. So we profited net of 410 at Wrexham. That is brilliant. Wrexham is starting to rock and roll. Move-ins due this week is 3 for 285 square foot. Nobody's due to move out, which is really good. We're looking at our revenue management at Wrexham this next week or so as well, because there's people there that the only thing we've done since taking over is made people take minimum insurance levels. So that's increased our revenue by about £1,500 a month, which has been really good. That's £18,000 a year extra, just because we increased, we give insurance, we've made people take insurance retrospectively as well. But now we need to go back through and see the variance report and see what people are actually paying and what should they be paying. And we need to go and we need to have I want to look at another £1,000 worth of price increases, because if somebody's paying less than the street rate, we need to get that up. So yeah, there'll be some more there'll be price increases starting at Wrexham, which we haven't ever done a price increase. We've only done the insurance. So that is part of what we do when we add value is because when you take over somewhere, that he's never done a price increase for 15 years. And so there's going to be people in there that's been in there like 10 years. The price 10 years ago will have been a lot less. And so he's not maximizing. Everything's gone up. Inflation's gone up for 10 years, and there'll be people still paying. I think someone who's paying £1 for a car parking space a week. Crazy. And we 25 times it, made them charge £25 a week for a car parking space. I think, I don't know how many places we've got now, but yeah, it was crazy. And so there's going to be like that. There's going to be people storing internally that haven't had a price increase for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 3, many years. And that's ridiculous. And so the street rate's gone up, but the prices for customers have never gone up. So we need to, I don't even know what could be lacking. It could be absolutely incredible. But it could be crazy increases. But then obviously when you do a crazy increase, there will be a backlash at some point. So just got to be mindful of that as well. But you're not doing anything that you shouldn't be doing because they should really be thankful because they've been underpaying for so long. So there's more added value to get at Wrexham, and hopefully that'll increase another £12,000. And from a site that was only making £12,000 a year, we're automatically, because there's no staff there, so that's £20,000, so it goes up to 32. Plus the insurance, it goes up to 50,000 because 18,000 there is included, and then maybe have another 12,000 here, so 62,000. So we've increased the actual profit by 50k in the first year. Well, we'll be more than that because we're going to add more units, we're going to add more containers, we're going to add more internal units, and our marketing is much better as well. So the idea is that we want to increase it. I want to get 6-figure profit from this Wrexham site, and we only bought it for 80 or 90. I think it was £90,000, but paid off over 2 years as well. So it's almost paid for itself because of the added value that we're doing. And then also you've increased the value of the company, because if we sell that for whatever times multiple, then it's more than what multiple we bought it for before, because it was only a small amount of profit. Now it's a better amount of profit. So yeah, we want to be making at least £100,000 a year from a Wrexham site. Otherwise, if we're not doing 100k, then a year from it, it's really not worth the time and effort and the manpower for it. So yeah, it's got to make 100 grand a year, which I'm convinced it will do. This time next year, it'll be MRR on track for 100 grand a year profit. Definitely. Right, there's my promise. Insurance. £10,000 worth of insurance sold, so it's an average of 2,500. Some people took their own insurance, which was strange. We don't really have that, but some people took their own insurance this last week. Right, let's have a look at Beverly. Weekly figures at Beverly. For some reason, the Beverly weekly figures seem to go into my junk folder. Tell you what I'll do. I'll go on my Mr. Self Storage newsletter, and I will find it. Oh, bloody, I need to log in again. Right, we're logged in. Let's post. My open rates are amazing, if I do say so myself. Right, let's have a look. Oh, that's wrong one. Power of, oh, here we go. This is great podcasting, isn't it? This is fantastic. Right, I've got here we go. So we had 5 quotes at Beverly, not very much at all. We had 2 reservations, that's a 40% conversion. We had 2 move-ins, which is a 40% conversion. We had 445 square foot moved in and 50 square foot moved out. So we was up 395 at Beverly this last week. Rooms moved in was 4. Rooms moved out 1, so 87 units. We've got 87 units occupied. It's only a small site, but it does bloody well. 95% occupied at the minute, but that is a little bit not untrue. It's true, but it's been glorified by one guy taking like 3 or 4 containers, which is annoying because he's going to move out in a month, and so yeah, it's not as good as it looks. However, you'd rather have it than not, although it does distort the figures somewhat. The average insurance sold this week was £3,000, and that's because I don't know why it was only £3,000. Amount of square foot due in next week is 0. Amount of square foot due out is 160. Revenue, how much did I diddly-donly take? I took £36,348 across my 4 sites, 1,090 at Wrexham, 6,715 at Clough Road, 6,265 at Beverley, and £22,276 at Willoughby. Conversions. This is really interesting. So we had 27 conversions last week. So for the Stormore brand, because Beverley's not a Stormore brand, we did 2 reservations at Beverley, so take them off. We did 25 reservations in total. And the Google Analytics, it said we've got 984 visitors last week. Now, again, these are distorted figures because the podcast, believe it or not, is getting more and more popular. Whee! And the newsletter, we've got loads of people on the newsletter now. So I do think it's getting distorted because more and more people are coming to see my website just to have a nosy. And so the conversion rates are only 3%. There was double that. So I reckon I'm getting about 500, or last week, roughly, around about 400 to 500 website visitors coming, which aren't really anything to do with me, or actually anything to do with some customers wanting to store with us. I think it's you guys being nosy little pesky little buggers. I'm only joking. I do exactly the same. Coming to the website and having a look at the website and have a little nosy, which is great, which is fine. And so that's distorted the figures somewhat. So only a 3% conversion rate. Last week, we had 2 people, by the way, reserve on callback 5s. Callback 5s, 2 people reserved. That is awesome. What other information have I got to tell you? Only 2 people booked online, which isn't a massive amount of conversion rate. That's a 7% conversion rate. So it's not amazing. It's dropped down a little bit. It was improving, and now it's just gone down. Maybe that will improve because we've designed our own bit of software that we can actually take bookings. Because remember, Stora does everything for you. And we're on Space Manager and Stora. Space Manager doesn't have that, which is incredibly crazy where Stora does. And so what we've done out and done is we've got a development team to go and basically build our own back end, so we can take reservations online, but you just can't do all the paperwork online without some form of human interaction, which I don't want to do that. I want to make it as automated as possible to make sure we free up the time of our team. Excuse me. So that will be released soon, and I'll tell you all about it. It's nothing we're selling or anything like that. It's just for us to personally use because I think it'll be handy for us to use. Right, guys and girls, that is it. I have finished the podcast, and I'm going to go and get some lunch. I'm starving. It's now, sorry, Jojo, it's 20 to 2. All right. Love you. Appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.